Yo, Carbonos God, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
How do you title your thing? Do you put it on creative or IRL?
Creative. Technically, creative subject.
This is true. There we go.
Alright. So we were gonna start. What were the topics we were covering today? We were covering overlays, emotes, and
Overlays, emotes, graphics in general, just
graphics,
you know,
and kind of a brief overview of kind of how it.
right. It's funny. You probably actually know more about GIMP than I do. Yeah, I haven't really used GIMP much. And what's funny though is GIMP actually has a sister program that I don't
Inks.
know if you know about.
What
Inkscape.
it?
Yeah.
Inkscape. Yeah, I've got it today.
See now the difference with the two is okay. Like in GIMP, you can but can't make vectors and stuff. Like they're harder to. That's where Inkscape comes in, where you could actually make vectors in Inkscape.
All right, guys, we got GIMP reference basics. Original. Um, so thoughts on it, Sim?
The original overlay?
Yeah, the one that I've got on stream right now. Yeah, I did have was just thoughts and comments
Right.
kind of deal.
Now, the first thing I noticed is like your name would be way too small
Yeah,
because like your donators and your followers and all that stuff, or your followers and your recent follower, are like double the size of like what your name is.
mm-hmm.
And this first thing that people come to see is they want to see, you know, who they're looking at. So you want your name to be out there and very legible.
Yeah, and definitely out in the front. Let's see. Now we've got
The second thing I noticed is because you got a, it looks like you have a gradient on your words.
yes.
Yeah, which the it's what white to dark blue.
It's kind of a light blue faded towards black.
Right. And see, like when you're working with a black background, it's gonna make stuff blend a little too much.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's pull something
I mean,
else.
black's a great color to work with because you can make a lot of colors pop on it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Aw, thanks, Outlaw. Much appreciation. So let's pull up another file. Something a little different. This is actually what my logo is currently for probably for a little while. It's another good representation of something kind of different. That's a current logo that I've got. Thoughts on it? And what kind of stuff you would look for? The flaws, what you think could be changed, stuff that you would kind of look for people that are wanting to kind of build their own logos.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to switch.
Gotcha.
That little delay.
Yeah, we're working on a solution for that right now.
No, like the logo itself, it looks cool. Like I like the idea behind it. I think the font isn't the right font for that one.
Really?
Like, yeah, I think you could find a better font that would make it pop more.
Okay. You think it just fits too well with the feathers and kind of the texture?
Well, it's just the scrolliness of it. It's just sometimes, like, you can find a different scroll that would actually work better with it. And then you could always add stuff in, like maybe like a white outline or something in it to make it pop a little bit more.
Okay.
But like, you know, because I know you like the gold, so that gold color actually works well with that. But like, if I was doing it, like, I'd probably go with a different font.
Okay.
And
Which is
another
something.
thing is there's so many different fonts out there that you know it is hard to choose.
Yeah. And it kind of also has to fit with your theme. Wouldn't you agree? The fonts that you use.
Yeah.
Like
I
if
mean,
you're.
my fonts that I use on mine are, you know, I might jump around a little bit between stuff depending what I'm doing, but you know, I try to keep them somewhat similar.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, I like the concept of it. I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's on my stream. It just doesn't really fit anywhere well.
Right.
It's just an awkward. I mean, because it's not circle, it's not square. It's
right. It's
very
more
free form.
Actual logo style.
Yeah. So we talked about this. Let me pull up one other one that I transitioned for a little while into, just to kind of give people thoughts on good logos, bad logos, beginning logos, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, a beginning logo, you can start with something simple and always evolve it.
Which,
I mean, because you've seen what mine was before and what I changed it to.
Yeah,
it's like night and day.
it very much is. Which
so,
is
I mean,
why
it's an ever-changing process, and you can always switch around stuff whenever you want. You know, it's just, you know, that's the beautiful thing about overlays and graphics and stuff. I mean, if you get tired of it like that overlay for a while, you can always change stuff around.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to show Outlaw's overlay. This is one of the ones I made for him, which it's laid over there. There it is. Now it's gone. But that's kind of how his kind of shaped up. A lot more stuff on the screen, but I think for the theme, I think it would fit well.
Yeah, theme-wise, it fits well. I think the two little pistols at the top are a little too big. It's the same with the bottom.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Those are actually not pistols. Those are
shotguns.
They are actually lever action shotguns. But yeah, it's just. I mean, it's all down to personal taste, things like that.
Right.
But
see,
I guess
the problem that I see with this is like the two at the top, left and right. That's gonna cover a lot of real estate on screen. So, like with the games you're playing, you're gonna be covering up a lot of what the in-game stuff is.
Yeah. I mean, and you have one thing that I guess I've learned over time is you got to adapt your overlays to fit the game.
Kinda, yeah. Depending what games you play. And like with the ones at the bottom, like what you could do with that is you could shrink the guns down a little more, cock them a little more so they're kind of flat with each other, and then you could actually move the follower and the last follower over a little bit so it sits under the barrels more.
Yeah, that would be neat. So, kind of GIMP based tutorial, talk about it. Basically, 90% of this was created from PNG files that you just drag and drop in. So,
right.
Good example of that is
well,
open as a layer.
The thing about PNGs is you can do that.
It's about, well, I'll just do this. Here's an Elgato.
I like his logo though.
Yeah. So
like the little cowboy there and his name.
Yeah.
Like I think a little bit can be done with more with the name to pop it more, but for the most part, it sticks out. It's nice, legible. You know,
What would be really neat, and the thing I couldn't find the text font for GIMP, um, is to find the old wanted poster text.
yeah.
That's what I was. It's kind of similar to
I
that,
actually
but
do have one of those.
well,
Actually, I think I have a couple of those because I have like 3,000 files on my computer. So
oh my gosh. Um,
yeah,
so
that's why one of the hardest things for me when I do stuff is the font, because I have so many.
mhm.
I literally have to go through and make a list of what fonts I like, and then I will text them out in different things. Like I'll make a big page, and I'll just text them out just to see which one I like the best, and then I'll start going through and whittling away at which ones I don't like till I finally come down to one that just really stands out to me.
Yeah. Um, so let's talk about the good and the bad and the ugly of overlays. So, what's a good overlay? What's a bad overlay? And what's one that you can tell is professional versus one that's been homemade crafted?
Well, you can always tell the really bad ones because those are ones where it's just not legible or it's too gaudy looking. Because
It's like they went for a
people just try
concept
to
and
shove too much shit in, a small space.
what's up, Avenger Spec? Welcome to the stream,
Avenger, what's
man.
up, buddy?
Thanks for stopping in. We're actually doing Triple S, where small streamers, can come in, ask questions, see what's going on, get some advice from other streamers, help them
Yes, it is Avenger.
uh, work through OBS, through Deepbot, through anything we can help with. Right now, today's topics are overlays, emotes, and just kind of general art design.
Yeah, Avenger. We pretty much set this up so every week we will go through topics, and not only topics, but it'll just be if viewers have questions. It's just pretty much a base point of where small streamers or people that want support that might not necessarily have the time to Google stuff or whatever and go through all that we might be able to help people out. So this is our way of like giving back a little.
What's good, guys? Avenger Spec is an awesome streamer. Um,
Yeah, Avenger,
so
one of these days we're going to get you on here.
yeah, it is happening. We will be talking to you very
It's going to
soon.
happen.
Yeah. Um. Okay.
Oh, definitely,
We
man, definitely.
we will be getting in contact shortly then to get you on here as one of the guests. Um. Once again, Avenger Spec, great Destiny player, Sherpas, helps people with raids, PG stream, which is a rarity in the
On
Destiny
Twitch.
community. Yeah, and in Twitch
Twitch
in
world,
general.
period.
So show him some love, guys. If you haven't followed Avenger Spec, please do. Um, so just what about color matching? Because I know people tend to go kind of strange color matching.
That's all going to depend on what your layout is, what you're trying to do, uh, what games you play, actually. Because you don't want your colors and everything that you use on an overlay or anything to clash with what you're playing. Like, say, with Overwatch, there's a lot of light colors in there and everything. So, like, say if I'm a streamer and I mostly stream Overwatch, you don't want to go with like a white font, or a white color, because nobody's going to be able to read it then.
Like trying to do all black fonts, probably not going to work.
Right. You're going to want something that's going to pop a little bit and, or find like a neutral color that's going to work with everything. Like, your gold like that, your gold will pop on just about anything.
Just about. Hot pink. That's a
Avenger, hot pink would actually work.
It would. I
Hot
don't know if
pink will
too
go
many.
over just about anything.
Kawaii Pop would be the only thing I could think of. There's some Kawaii Pop games, but that's so random out there that
Yeah, that would be such a specialized thing, but
yeah. At
yeah,
that point, you just
hot,
go straight
hot pink
black
could definitely work.
or like electric green,
Yeah, like lime greens, electric greens, bright colors like that will pretty much work over anything.
as long as you don't go like
Granted, again,
highlighter yellow.
it kind of has to fit in with your theme though, because you want to keep it all somewhat together.
Like, how awkward would it be? You walk into a Western theme and everything is like sparkles and pink. I don't know if a
Okay,
Western
now,
cowboy theme, a Western
well, now
cowboy
if
theme.
you're the only way I could see someone pulling that off is if they're a girl.
Okay, that is a true exception. If they're a female
That would
and
be
they're
the
doing a
exception,
Western thing, yeah, that would be. There's an exception to every rule, but
right?
yes,
But that would be an exception. But
yeah,
yeah, typically it would not fit.
yeah.
Now, if you picked a different color with sparkles or something, I might look at you a little funny, but it might fit in right.
Yeah.
So, Betty, is
Um.
that what you want? You want your overlay in hot pink now? I could redo it for you.
um. So, Rhinestone Cowboy. Is that what you want your overlay and your emotes to be? Is Rhinestone Cowboy theme?
Oh, I could make your overlay so freaking pink and sparkly it would amaze you.
You
That's
make diamonds
right.
to fall through the name in pink.
Right. Yep.
Now that you said, I'm like, we just need to get the beginning of the opening Rhinestone Cowboy song playing at the beginning before the stream starts.
There you go. Well, see, and that's the other thing you can do with graphics. You can do the stream starting, be right back, or taking a break, or whatever you want to call it, or a stream ending one. There's so many different things that you can do with graphics.
Oh yeah, I mean, basically, it's as far as you can take your imagination.
If you can think of it, there's a way to do it.
Like, I would love, and it's just something I'm working on, is for my starting screen and my ending screen is to be two giant swords fighting.
Right.
Is what my eventual goal is for my starting screen and ending screen, is two swords just
right.
floating
Like,
around
that one
fighting.
might take a while to get right, but because it is a little more complicated. But eventually it's going to come together.
And it's going to look amazing.
Right. Like, I mean, I switched my starting screen into there's actually two parts to it, and everything is animated.
Yeah, which is amazing. So let's kind of, is there any other questions about kind of colors, general kind of GIMP usage, things like that before we switch over to the next topic? I think we're good. So, emotes. I'm going to defer to you because you are Mr. Emote. So,
emotes are such a strange thing to work with. Like it really is, because you're trying to get this legible stuff into this tiny little box. Like, literally, like, the biggest size they asked for is 112 by 112, which in graphics terms is not big at all.
It's pixel size.
Yeah, it's like the size of a freaking coin. So it's not very big. So, it is tricky to get stuff legible and to be able to see what it is and everything like that. And sometimes you don't even know how it's going to come out until you actually see the emote on a page. And then you can be like, crap, I could have did a little more to this to make it pop more. like, which is why with Dirte, like, I'm working with him more because we're trying to make his pop a little bit more. Like, we have a good concept down, everything like that, and he's already got them out, but we just wanted to pop a little bit more.
Like, I
So,
think the Sword Nation one needs probably just a little cleaning up so it doesn't. I don't know if it's just my screen. I'll look at it. It just looks blurry sometimes, which is really strange.
throw it up in your stream once.
Uh, sure. Let me go ahead and. When you see it, it just. Kind of looks. It's almost like there's too much wording or texturing to it.
Not always a vendor, not always. No, I see what you mean. Like the nation kind of looks squished. Like sword you
Yeah.
can make out. Nation, I mean nation you can make out, but it's like the eye gets lost in there.
Yeah. So.
See, and that's the problem. Like the less wording you could have,
The better.
yeah. See, like that's what I did for a vendor.
Yeah, and I love it. It looks great.
But see, that's the hard part. Like the more words you have and the more lettering, the more it's gonna look squished in there.
Yeah.
So like simple things like one word or something like that, you could expand the word a little bit more to make it bigger and more legible.
Or at that point, then you talk about the idea of making.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of emotes are actually hard to see on a black background.
Yeah. I know, and then a lot of people have gone and stepped into the two-piece emotes, where it's like, for me, it would be sword and then nation are two different separate emotes, is what it would be, and things like that.
Which is good but bad, because then it's like you're almost trying to force people into subbing higher just to be able to get the two emotes to put together.
Especially for affiliates, so it's rough.
Right, it's kind of like a lose-lose situation almost with that, because I mean, if you have emotes to spare, then cool.
That's a different story. But when you're limited to your
if
three,
you're partnered and you have like 30 freaking emotes, yeah, sure, you can pop a couple of those in there, and it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah.
But when you're limited to 3, you kind of want 3 different ones.
Yeah. So we've talked about too much text being excessive and having problems. Contrasting between white and black backgrounds, because some people kick theirs into dark mode, like I do. And then I'm trying to think. There's one particular one that you just don't know what it is.
People have problems with resolution, because like when they try to do graphics themselves, they'll, like when I first started doing graphics, I didn't realize it at first. Like I thought I could just take a 112 emote, make it that size, and then shrink it. But the problem is your pixels run too big at that part, to where when you shrink it down, it just don't look right. So the way to get around that is, well, there's 2 ways. Either you can straight create it as a vector itself, to which I could take like your Sword Nation one, because I did it in a vector. I could make it the size of a freaking building, and it's gonna stay the same.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get any pixel loss at all. The resolution's all gonna be there. Now, you can either create it in a vector, or if you know how to, you can take your image, move it into another program that can do vectors, and create your vector there. Which is kind of the way I do it now. I'll start off in Photoshop. I'll make things the way I want it in there. Then I'll transfer it to Illustrator, and then I'll actually create my vector in Illustrator.
Yeah.
Because then I have that lossless file, so when I shrink it, enlarge it, and even when typically when I do stuff, especially in Illustrator, I'll blow it up bigger. Like I'll make it real big so I can see what I'm doing and place things certain ways, and then when I shrink it back down, it's all there.
Yeah.
So learning how to do vectors is a great thing.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So, I mean, that generally kind of covers make sure it fits in your theme or it has something to do with your theme. Memes are good, but
Yeah.
there's limits how well that can. You don't want somebody coming in your stream and being like, "Why is there this random fish when your stream's about knights?" I mean, things like that.
Yeah. You want to keep it somewhat similar to your stream.
Yeah. Um, so that's
And
overlay.
also another thing with the emotes is your color choice.
Yeah.
Your color choice on your emotes is going to be a big thing,
Because
especially with wording and everything. It's hard to make words pop in an emote.
yeah, definitely. Guess the last thing I can think of, top of my head, talk about an art would be Streamlabs, the art that pops up for followers and things like that. That you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Your followers, your subs, donators, everything could have something that pops up.
So I just pulled up my Streamlabs. Um, so we've got the biggest thing that you can do is get gifts.
Yeah.
Gifts. I will say, absolutely good luck trying to find the audio format. It was a nightmare trying to find good audio that this program would accept. It took me forever, and I had to. I got lucky and found a software that.
You know what I had to do for some of mine is I actually had to throw it in some of my audio programs and chop it down.
That's what I had to do. I had an audio soundboard. I chopped it and
Yep.
fixed it. Made me sad because it sounds much better outside of it.
Oh, it always does.
Things like follower, things like that showing up. I've got it off right now, but you can hear the sound. See the alert, you see it come up. It's just kind of something simple. Personally, I don't like mine for one reason and one reason because of the black box.
Right.
If I could make it where there wasn't a black box, it'd be amazing.
That can happen.
Yeah,
It's not too hard to do.
I I
I mean,
just had
honestly, in GIFs, it's a little bit trickier than like a normal PNG file or something. But I'll have to remember the name of the program, or I might just have. Is that the one I sent you, or a different one?
Blender.
No, there's a different program that I found before that can remove backgrounds from GIFs.
No, you never told me that. That's a neat
Yeah,
thing to know about.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't always work the best, so it may or may not work as but I mean, besides that, I mean, the way that
This is
you'd
a
have to
test.
pull a background on a GIF would be like if you have like a newer version of Photoshop or something, you could load it into Photoshop, but you would load it in a different way. You would import it in, and you would pretty much um, all the GIF file would all be layered out, and you would have to
Insert
manually go through
instant
each
alpha
one.
doesn't.
And
I don't know. If you that's interesting.
yeah, I don't have a Mac, so I don't know.
I actually have a Mac, but my PC, my Mac stays. I don't like them trying to talk to each other.
Yeah, it does.
But simple things like that. You can do big variants in that. Like I've got the sword and the stone when people sub, which is awesome. I don't want the background. It looks fine like it
No, some
is,
things are better with the background.
but it would look amazing without that black. Without that black. But
I
that's
think
just
one
small
of my
things.
bit things is like Gur sitting there eating a thing of mail with a bone, with like a chicken bone. But it's like either you have to find GIFs or you can make GIFs. Like you can find free programs on the web to make a GIF,
Yeah.
whether it's out of a YouTube video or something like that. There's always a way to get something done. You know,
Yeah.
Google
Or
can be your best friend.
Giphy, where I found mine.
Yeah, Giphy is actually a good one that you could. They have so many GIFs on there. You're gonna find a lot of retarded stuff,
Got to
but
filter
you
through.
can also find a lot of good stuff too.
This one I think Avenger would appreciate is when I get a host alert.
Ah,
With the
that's
reinforcements of all the lightsabers coming in. So
funny. Dude, that was funny. I like that one.
the other thing a lot of people probably didn't realize is you could actually change the way bits look for donations.
Yeah. Yeah, you can change the way your bits look, your bit cup, all that stuff, and
Set back to stock right now. We're just so I wish they were better about what they did, but I think
right.
I don't have my cup up, but they when bits show up, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. It only works during donations.
Which is really annoying.
Right. You think by now you'd be able to customize it all.
As soon as I do donation, it will, which is really strange.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
Come on, guys. It's in
I just use Streamlabs.
I just use Streamlabs. There's actually it actually just permanently stays in there. What you do is in Streamlabs you can come in here and be like, oh, hit the jar. You're like, it's a function in here somewhere. Like here's some of them. Here's when I get tips. There it is, but I don't know. That's weird. Are they trying to take over? I guess they're trying to actually take over that stuff now, which is neat. You can just go up here and hit empty the jar, and it'll empty out for you.
Yeah, it's like I don't like my jar full because I have my little GUR in it. So I like if there's a couple in there, I'll leave it in there. But if it's like full, so you can't see GUR, then I'll empty it. And you know.
I like to have at least something in mind, even if it's a follower or sub or something. Just something to keep it looking like people are coming in.
Well, that's why I have my happy GUR in the cup because even if it's empty, he's still smiling.
Yeah, what I used to put there was my logo, but it just.
Well, that's like I found a cool gift for mine, so I was like, you know what? I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah. It's not setting straight, but it's close enough.
Streamlabs has more features.
I didn't know that. I'll have to look into it and see.
You know what? Honestly, I don't use like 90% of like the features on most of this stuff, anyways. So to me, depending what I'm looking for or what I'm looking to do, like Streamlabs works. Streamlabs pretty much works for everything I try to do at the moment. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, when Revlo went down, a lot of people kind of were searching for an answer.
Well, when Revlo went down, everyone scrambled like hell to find something.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew what to do.
Yeah, 100%. That was a big hit to the community when that happened.
Oh, you can do layouts in Streamlabs?
Yeah, that's neat.
It's good to know for people that don't really have access to programs. Maybe they could just do it through that.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
myself, I prefer just to make them, but
That's
that is an option for people
yeah.
that don't have access to those programs.
We may have to look into doing a follow up later on and look at stream elements then, and kind of talk about or
Yeah, we might have
and
to
look
look
at
into that and see
yeah.
what they have.
Uh,
'Cause it is something interesting to know.
yeah, that's definitely something interesting to know. Thank you for bringing that up, Spec. So, I guess one topic we did not get to talk about last week, and we kind of touched on today, is music. The
Oh, you
little
put everything in made instrumentals? Nice.
yeah, like the audio clips and stuff that I've used.
Right.
Like the big program that I use is called SoundForge. That's what I use. That's one of my main two programs that I use to make all the stuff. Which I just don't have it turned on because it locks up my audio for professional listening.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll cancel out.
It's really picky. And the other one is called Music Maker.
See, now for all my audio stuff, I have a program called Reaper I use.
I've never heard of that one actually. Surprisingly, I've heard of a lot of them. I've never heard of that one.
Well, Reaper is kind of like the poor man's Pro Tools, but it has all like the
Gotcha.
same features and everything. It's just a lot easier to use in Pro Tools.
Yeah. My computer does not like me trying to open this many
used
softwares.
to be free, but now they make you pay for it. Which I think even like their price for it
Yep.
isn't really
Here
all
comes the
that
lag.
bad.
That may have been a bad idea. Here is the Music Maker, kind of what it looks like. Breakdown kind of has simple functions that you can do, keyboard, things like that. It's a fairly simple software. Nice thing is about it, you can buy preset beats and then kind of mix them. You don't have to create from scratch. Did that 100% just crash my audio? It probably did. It did. And I think I'm back. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the easiest ways to do sound so is just trying to look up sound bites, which
Yeah.
you can find billions of sound bites on the internet. You know, free ones.
Free. Just you got to look around. Make sure you get them from a reliable source. That is my only advice. Get them from a reliable source. Don't go to some random website.
Right.
Is there anything else we need to cover from the art side this week? I cannot think of anything else.
Oh yeah, Avenger. We're gonna get around to that eventually.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally the third week that we've done this.
Right. This is gonna be a weekly thing though.
This is every Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern. This is what we're gonna have, roughly between and like an hour and a half stream where people can come in and ask questions. So,
and even if it's off topic, if it's along the lines of something to do with streaming, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's free for people to come in and ask questions. It's an open book. So
it's kind of like an open forum.
Yeah, very much so.
Ask questions, and if we know the answer, we'll give you an answer. If not, well,
we'll
figure it out and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out and get back to you. So if we have no other questions, we're gonna end it off here. Avenger, you go have fun, man, and let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to suggest in mine, Seven Sin Diablos. Yes, this actually is going to be exported to YouTube. I'll post a link in the Discord, in my Discord, for where it's going to be. But there is also a YouTube channel where all the collection of Triple S goes to and gets exported to. So, you guys can go check it out there.
So if somebody missed something, they can always go back and check it out.
Correct. So eventually, I know previous broadcasts will delete, but all these Triple S are all getting uploaded to YouTube, so you can go check them out from there. If you need to, walk through it slow, see the steps we kind of covered through, or go back and ask more questions about stuff if you want us to go more in depth.
Right, and if anybody can think of anything, you're always more than welcome to, ask a question.
Yeah. I know if you come in my stream and ask a question, as long as I'm not super busy with playing the game or anything like that, because I'm doing an arcade racer right now, so I gotta. Triple S stands for Small Streamer Support, is what it actually stands for. It's something
so pretty
that
much what it is for up and comers or even people that have been around a while. If maybe they got stuck on something or they think they might learn something else, everyone's welcome. Whether you've been on Twitch or streaming for 1 day or you've been on here for 5 years.
I mean, it's nice that you told us about Stream Elements. I mean, we're learning from people that are in the stream as well, so we can grow and help other people learn. So that's what it's all about.
See, like Avenger, like when we have you on as a guest, we could have you do like a background on Stream Elements.
Yeah, very easy.
Because like me and Az don't know much about Stream Elements because we use Streamlabs. So.
And I think probably Thursday is when we're actually going to announce what the topics are going to be. So look out for us on Thursday. We'll be posting it in Discords. I know I will try to announce it on stream. I usually stream Thursday or Friday, so I'll announce it one of those days what the topic is coming up for Saturday.
And I've been putting it up on Twitter and stuff too. So.
And then hopefully we'll have our third host, Bloody Striker, will be back. He was indisposed with family matters, so he was not able to make this week. So, but he'll hopefully be here next week and give us his feedback. He's been around and sees kind of a different end of Twitch per se when he's the person who goes through one of the people that goes through the night. So he sees a lot different sides than what I see, and I imagine what Sin sees.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing is we all have different streams. We do different things. We have different people in ours, yet the same people, but it all comes together because we all have different backgrounds and everything. So
Avenger, if you're hanging out, if you're jumping in Sin stream, I would love to chat with you and talk to you here soon about maybe getting you on here as a guest host. We definitely got some topics we'd talk to you about. Get your feedback. If there is no other questions, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for hanging out. As I said, feel free, ask questions, send them in Discord, streaming. Welcome to ask them in there. Or if it's something that you think,
our chats, feel free to ask a question.
If you think it's a good topic for the stream, let us know. We'll put it on the growing list of things. So, this is Azrael Sword.
Sin 7 Diablo.
And we're signing out. Thanks for hanging out, guys, for Triple S.